So, session 2. Welcome back to Rogue Trader. And it's just going to get worse. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No, you're not.
This guy isn't going to be waking up for quite a while.
Which guy? Who did you just knock out?
Remy's currently got, I don't know, whatever his face was. The other person of the Königsmann dynasty hooked up to a stasis tank, or whatever you're going to call it.
Yeah.
I failed to wake him up, so he's going to stay failed to woken up.
Until plot dictates, if I ever need it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last week you found your ship. Twice. First time was better case than, better shape than it was the second time. But you have come up with a wonderful idea of turning your wrecked ship into a wonderful starbase. So we have an endeavour.
It's going to be a really long-spanning, big endeavor, I guess.
Well, probably not that long. There's a few things I think you need.
We need a lot of ships, because the plan is we turn this into a man-made space hulk that we turned into an actual colony.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we just need scrap metal, and we can make scrap metal.
That's not nearly as interesting as grabbing ships and then just throwing
Yeah,
them into it.
I never said that they weren't going to be ships, just that they would be scrap metal before we got them there.
They're probably about the same time, really.
Yeah.
You're also going to need a crew. And possibly someone to help build it.
So then who we're going to leave running the place is the question.
We have people for that, or can hire people.
We can figure that out when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, buying personnel is easy, though buying qualified personnel might be a little bit hard.
Buying loyal personnel as well.
But yeah, it's kind of like you're going to need a good few thousand people to start the station off. But I don't know what order you want to do stuff, or what you think your next step is from here.
Did you just say we need a few thousand people to start the setup, the station or something?
Yeah.
Well, we can spare that from the crew straight up. We could just go down to
No
90% crew if we wanted to.
No, why? Why no? We have to go get people, contractors, to build this thing.
Why would we get the crew to do it for free?
Well, at the moment, all there is just a wreck, so we can leave them here, but how long will that last?
Okay, look. We effectively need to have a second ship that can sit here and be self-sufficient and build this thing, which means that we need to contract somebody else to come and build it.
Or we need to steal more ships.
I don't even know why I'm even bothering thinking that far ahead.
Because I'm the seneschal and it's my job?
Sounds like a shitty job.
Yeah. Thinking further ahead than the next jump is too far.
That's what the rest of you are for.
Speaking of the next jump, I wonder who's going to help us jump into anywhere else.
Certainly not the navigator.
Who has fallen asleep in his room.
I guess.
Yeah.
Into
And
a
who are
coma.
these? And also there's two new people here. Nork and a man in golden thread.
Oh yeah, we should probably introduce the new people, shouldn't we?
Probably.
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm not
Anyway.
sure I see the point.
You'll learn about them. Who cares?
Let's go.
They're not important.
I'm still trying to figure out how one of them gets onto the ship. That's what I'd like to know.
He just
the
comes
boys
Just
there.
in there.
Yeah.
So
He's just always been on the ship.
we still need to go to Lucian's Breath, which is a mining world.
Yeah, our original plan was totally somewhere else.
Which, well, we still have to do that. What I'm saying is that we could get raw materials to help build the station off of.
Well,
Because we're going to need stuff that aren't ships.
Like,
Yeah.
look, here's what we need to do. We need to abstract this into points that we put into this endeavor.
We're never
Nah.
doing that.
No human being has ever existed who's actually used the endeavor points thing, the achievement points. There's not been a single person ever.
So yeah,
could
let's go to
possibly
Lucian's
go
Breath
wrong?
because we need Lucian's Breath for materials
And also trade. Really, we
Also-
just need
Yeah.
profit.
we need Tharsis for foodstuffs and people.
Because
Yep.
here's the thing, we set up all of these trade routes, and then we can set up more trade routes later that incorporate our
Well, yeah,
station.
no, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Those are the
Yes,
two we need
we-
right now in order to get this off
we
the
need
ground.
we need to get this money train rolling because right now we are making zero money. pretty much.
Yeah. We need to set up a trade route between Lucian's Breath and Tharsis.
I recommend that we go
Have
to
it come through here,
Mm-hmm.
and
There's
that's not how you spell wreck.
It is.
It is in my world.
It's 40k. It's the 40k.
Look,
Great.
I just assumed you'd give it a better name at some point. So
Yeah, we'll give it a better name at some point.
When it's done. We'll do it when it's done.
Okay, so before we do the whole getting things to other places and incorporating our station, we just need to make trade routes, and then we can later incorporate our station and then make money twice. But we need to make money once first. So don't worry about the trade station until we actually have profit coming in.
What
As well
I'm
as
saying, the only thing I'm saying about that is that when we come back from Lucian's Breath, we come through here and then go.
Well, oh yes, we definitely want to have
Okay,
the
that's
route path. That
also,
should
do we
map out.
want a really good route as well? Because
Really, we can refine a route, but right now let's just get one.
Let's just get
Oh,
there.
this is
Yeah.
boring.
Let's go.
We should go to Zaith instead.
Right, onward to Lucian's Breath.
okay, so who's stepping forward into the navigator section?
Not I.
We're gonna throw a crew guy into it.
Okay,
I will
did.
do it. I'm the captain. I will walk into the crew members or into the navigator.
You
Bro.
can't.
Hey,
Well, I will
Period.
knock on the door.
so do you want me to use the navigator's stats because I can get the access to combat sheet, or just use an NPC?
Let's use our navigator stats.
No,
Yeah,
no,
let's
no,
use
no,
his stats.
that's not kosher. No,
would
that's not kosher. We have to
would
use
you
an
need-
He
He
said
said
it was
NPC.
okay.
He said we could use his stats.
No, he said, but that's not kosher for like having a player not around or anything. We should
So you're-
definitely throw ourselves into the warp.
Here's a question, real quick.
You
So would
have
you
a death wish, so you're
I
biased.
also disagree with what you said because, hold up, for the purposes of just fucking navigation rolls, I don't think it's going to be a horrifying breach of confidence for us to do something that he said we could do.
No.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a breach of confidence or not. All I'm saying is
Your
We
death
don't-
wish
I
is
want
not
to use the low
required this
low
exact second.
numbers. I just want to use the low
Your
numbers.
death
Come on.
wish.
No,
We're
that's
not going with your death wish.
That's
It's not a
ridiculous.
death wish. I just like using low numbers.
No, it's just it is
All
a
right.
death.
Anyways,
You're making
Quit pigeonholing
rolls during
me.
this argument.
Actually, can our dear captain inspire the navigator for every roll, or how does?
Can I do that? I think I can.
Well, it happens.
Okay, it's done.
over
It's done. I'm
multiple-
there.
What are you talking about?
Thacker walks up and goes to the navigation thing.
No, you
No.
can't.
No.
You can't.
You
Only a
literally can't.
navigator can.
You have
Yeah,
to.
sorry.
listen, you have to have navigation warp.
You don't have a third eye. I don't see it.
No, I mean it's more a matter of literally you have to have some of the certain things, or you can't do it. Period.
Like
Okay.
you literally have to have a third eye in your skull
Yeah, I mean it.
that sees into the warp.
Thanks for the offer, but it's actually something that this is why we're having this argument because literally only a few people can do
You
this.
can't do it. You don't even have the first two eyes.
Okay. Hey,
Ooh,
That's
put down.
awful.
that's cruel.
Gray, tell me that you've been making the rolls during this argument.
Oh yeah, they're doing the background rolls.
Okay.
Awesome.
Will you allow us to see the navigator rolls, or are you just gonna have us
I'll let you
It's
see
going
it.
to be completely secret.
I really-
Like,
Completely
God,
secret,
it's
I don't
going
wanna
to
know
be
anything.
completely-
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to know anything about
Okay,
this.
so
Yeah.
This is going to be delightfully
Like,
horrible.
I imagine he'd tell us about how many days we're going to be in the warp, and that's it.
However, I think I can inspire the
Yes.
navigator.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
The
going
question
to
would be how
inspire the
often he
navigator.
can.
No,
The question would be how often he could do that, because like it's technically once per round or once per ship round.
It's over the course of
He's
days.
overseeing the entire
Yeah.
operation.
Yeah.
That's
so-
why I'm wondering like how much do you want to
Plus
do
10
this,
be there.
because
Bro,
then it's
so-
always.
no. There's no breach. The rules are fine on this.
All right,
Yeah.
so yeah, plus 10 to every roll the navigator makes.
Give me a
Pretty
second.
much. There's no reason not to do it.
It's 10%.
Yeah.
It's
Hold on,
a
hold on.
nice bonus, but
Hold on. Very important. I'm going to pick up the Vox again, because I have to do this every time that we go into the warp now.
Greetings, crew. This is your Chief Engis here speaking again. Well, remember our very brisk, fun, brief trip
I'm
through the
scrambling
warp,
for a mute
where
button.
there's only a minor bit of pyroclasmic hatred going on.
So we're going
These
back into
buttons-
the warp crew.
We're
as a
going
Vox-
back in. Strap in, everyone.
no,
As a
really,
Vox
where's the
Master-
mute button?
As a Vox Master, I feel conflicted about this.
You're not the Vox Master.
I thought I could be the
I-
Vox Master.
You could,
Okay.
but we never decided, so I just assigned you Choir
You're the
Master.
Vox.
Ari just like sits back and just like face palms a little bit, like oh god.
Besides, I'm a higher rank than the Vox Master anyway. I can probably just come in there and do it anyway.
Oh, speaking of which, I have to actually like put in some diary entries at some point.
okay, so getting back to me, I've done a few dice rolls. The navigator, Mordecai, is not sure of the clarity astronomicon, and he can also sense a warp storm brewing.
Yay!
He suggests that the captain purifies the vessel with signals and alchemical incense, which will take 1d5 days.
So what you're saying is we're not doing that, right?
Or the captain can insist on the translation without these precautions, and the vessel translates into the fury of a warp storm.
Wait a
Let's
second.
no.
Again.
No.
D5 days?
Wait,
Uh,
did he find the Necronomicon? I didn't hear that part.
He did not find the Astronomicon.
He did not.
Well,
I
he's
can't-
unsure about the clarity, and he can sense warp storms coming.
I think we're gonna take 1d5 days to purify the ship.
4 days?
Wimp.
I just love the idea of just standing there going, wimp. So, okay. That's right, it's time to read the auspices again. Okay. So, yeah, the Astronomicon is still unclear, but he thinks the vessel is this time safe to make the jump.
Okay.
I'm following along with you, by the
We're
way,
gonna die.
because I'm just curious as to what the hell's gonna happen.
We're gonna die.
So, just for people at home, I rolled a 9 on one of the dice, which is basically says that a warp
Yeah.
storm brewing. If I roll again 9 on the next section, any 9 from now on counts as a failure for ill timings.
Thanks, Dice Bomber.
If you do, unless you devote at least 1 hour to warding off bad luck before translation, I'm sure the 4 days will be part of that. Okay, so omens. So
Oh man.
The best
Uh,
part is we don't have a Warsbane hull, so we don't get to choose anything. You get to just roll it once, and we can do it.
Yep.
God.
ooh, actually, that's the wrong one. That one's yours. You're fine. You now
Yay.
translate into the warp storm. So everyone gets to roll a warp travel hallucination.
Yay!
So it's a willpower test.
Yay!
Oh, I thought we were trying to avoid.
Rip Captain.
I thought we were trying to avoid a warp storm, or do we roll it anyways?
No, that's why you spent 4 days doing like chanting and like dancing.
I'm going to spend a fade point and re-roll my willpower.
Okay.
Oh, I love warp
Much
travel.
better. Much
I-
better.
I feel like hallucinating for a few days for me is.
God.
I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Dangerous, no, it's not like the warp at all.
No, just let it go. Just let it go.
No, I'm gonna re-roll it.
It's
I
a
have
bad
5
idea.
fate points.
When I say that we should all just, have bad things happen to us, is because I have a death wish. But when you do it, it's fine.
So what does
I'm being
that mean?
sarcastic. You
If you
actually want it
fail,
to happen.
you now have to make a warp travel hallucination test with plus 10 for every degree of failure. So who rolled first?
I did.
So it's just D100
Remy's
or
fine.
whatever.
Captain's
God damn
fine. Alright, Gorso Fleet.
10.
You're first, aren't you? I think it's only Gorso, Gusto, and Arisgos who's failed, haven't you? Everyone else
Lars
has-
failed.
I
I
did.
mistyped my name.
Oh yeah,
So
Lars.
that was plus 10 for every degree of failure.
So
Plus 40.
Just a D100 plus
Hold on.
30.
Hold on, do the orcs even
Yep.
have to do this?
Yeah, we
Yes.
still
Yep.
hallucinating the warp.
Yeah.
And they still feel fear.
They just don't get corruption.
109.
Very nice.
109. The flesh is weak.
At the end of any warp encounter, the character sees a warp mark in his flesh and must make a challenging willpower test.
Right in.
If he fails,
Plus
he
30
believes
on
he's
the
mutant.
modifier.
Sorry, if I say it, I'm trying to talk.
Sorry.
My
My bad.
Basically, after every warp encounter, you must make a willpower test or attempt to cut away the corruption that you think is forming. Which would be
I actually think he can't be harmed by this.
Yeah, I think that
because
was-
it doesn't avoid toughness, and he is an orc.
Yeah.
So
And
congratulations.
now I get to
sorry
roll.
about that. I forgot to mute myself when I was giving instructions.
you
Oh,
move
I
up to
did
mutants everywhere.
Oh, no.
You must make a perception test every time you interact with another friendly character, unless you've already made a test for that character. If he passes the test, at least one of the die results, and at least one of the die results in 9. He was convinced that the character is hiding mutation acquired during his translation and must react to him accordingly.
Calm down, Aristarchus. There are
Wait.
no mutants aboard the ship.
Speaks the one actual mutant.
By the way, I'm
That's
going to count that as an
good to know.
interaction.
Nope, I fail receiving anything.
You
I
assume all
had
crew are
to
mutants.
actually roll the D100. Sorry about that.
Okay, so right click on the D10.
No, I've done that.
Oh.
But every time I
has
roll
to
it,
be on the box.
it's-
like on the dialogue box.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's why I
Wow.
usually put it on the hotkeys
Yeah,
because it's
hotkeys
just
is
that much
easier.
easier.
Oh, that's boring. The horror, just gain 2 insanity immediately.
Gotcha.
And then you get 1 for every 30 days of the warp in the warp.
Exciting.
Yes.
Oh.
I was hoping
One
to do with
insanity point,
despair.
that is.
Can I ask, is there any attempts at therapy in this game?
Yes, but it takes a while. Insanity takes like months to cure 1 point.
And for his navigation stuff, you didn't forget the plus 20 from his various equipment bits, yeah?
I'm gonna get therapy so I can go back down to 9. So every time I gain insanity, I just keep on getting the shock table over and over again.
I think the thing is like I don't know. I think that you actually might be able to do that, but
Probably can. I don't think they would have accounted for it, and there's no real reason to.
yeah.
Okay.
But the short answer is yes, you can, but it takes a while. Go ahead, Greg.
I'm just rolling some more die, and it's going well.
Oh, the answer was yes, you can reduce your insanity, but it takes a while. Same thing for corruption.
Okay.
Or you can buy it off XP. Was that just Dark Heresy?
I think you buy it off with XP as a part of getting rid of insanity.
Yeah.
I don't even think you can do it without purchasing it off. I'll have to look it up more. I don't know exactly the rules on it.
Okay, so you're zooming through the warp.
Beep beep, motherfucker.
He thinks it's going to take you about 40 days, which in your case is 20 days because of the speedy warp travel.
That's not a particularly good route, but okay, that's fine.
Yep. Okay, so it's warp travel encounters.
It's one
Yeah.
per 3 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck.
So he now makes a Psionesis test to see if
Still
he can
better
pick one.
than whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be worse. Okay, so let's just roll a D100 to see what your first encounter is. 41, Stasis, which is a physical encounter. So let's see if
So you
you can...
can try to avoid it.
Yep, you can try to avoid it.
Remember the plus 22 is nav warp.
Yep. So nav warp is 48. Oh, that's fine. Yep, you just avoid that
Okay.
one.
Oh, actually, so must make a challenging navigation test. Then the helmsman must make an ordinary pilot plus 10 spacecraft.
Oh, yes.
So I get to roll 2.
Ding, 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 ding. Crash you into the stasis field. Go on, crash you into the
Fail,
stasis
fail,
field.
fail. Ah,
Oh,
Didn't even roll a 9.
I know.
Right.
Oh, it's only the navigator.
Yeah,
For
only
nines.
the navigator in 9s. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pass through avoid the first encounter. Steaming on to the second one. 35. Psychic predators.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen.
Fuck.
So, can you avoid this one?
This is a psychic encounter.
This is a trial of the soul. A contest of strength.
Wait, reduce the result of this roll by 30 if the Geller field is fully functional to a minimum of 1.
What, this warp travel encounters is this, or?
Warp travel encounters psychic predators.
Oh, yeah.
You roll on this.
No, I'm thinking about
and then-
avoiding it first.
Yeah.
Okay, contest of strength. So I just make this as a normal strength test. I think that's what we did last time.
Thing.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be a short encounter, but we're doing it.
Yeah.
Nope, fails.
So then he also takes 1d10 plus 2 damage, ignoring armor and toughness.
I'm going to ignore that because it's an NPC.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not-
Also, that is extremely damaging.
yeah.
Possibly.
So, warp incursions, minus 30.
Yay.
That'd just be a
Sub-
minimum
Sub-zero.
of 1.
Yeah, swarming malice. The ship is plagued by a swarm of vicious warp manifestations that wreak havoc on the structure of the ship, hurling objects to and from, but scuttling into the shadows when confronted. I get to infest one component of my choice.
Oh.
No.
Just damage these malicious. If the Geller field is damaged, these malicious shadows infest one extra component.
Why would there be any reason to choose anything else? It just means you choose between 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think we're going to go with Geller field, make it fun for you.
Excellent.
And then
The shadows can be banished with exorcism,
Wait
such
a
as
second.
purge the unclean talent, or by bathing the affected component in fire, or some other means.
Oh,
I can-
good thing we have an itinerant exorcist.
I can
Actually,
always
do you,
bathe it in fire.
do you have the purge the unclean talent?
No, I do not.
it is fortunate that we have thousands of armsmen with flamethrowers. Then
The only problem is
fortunate.
doing that damages the component, I'm pretty sure.
you know what's going to also damage the components.
No, it sets it on fire, which doesn't damage it right away. We just need to put it out right
Yes.
away again. So, you
Yeah,
know,
Alright.
We just go
this
out.
allows-
We just go out with the flamethrowers and with the fire suppression system.
No, we're not going out with the flamethrowers. They're going out with the flamethrowers.
We're going out with the flamethrowers.
Wenceslaus is overseeing the operation for, you know.
I have to
Reasons.
personally oversee over operations. I don't
Okay.
trust these idiots.
Okay,
They're my
so
brother.
I know it might be crazy to set the Geller field on fire while we're in the warp.
Item found.
That is. I I love this logic. Let's do it.
But we're setting the Geller field on fire whilst in the warp. Because otherwise it's going to be a problem.
Look, it's just a flash fry. It's fine.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Assuming they
We're just
remember.
lighting it up and immediately putting out the fire. That
This
is
is
the plan.
assuming that everything goes well.
I think
Well,
a command test for this. I think to
The
properly
same type of command test for putting out fires.
Yeah.
Since the putting it on fire is probably pretty easy.
Wenceslaus, I'm going to assist you for +10.
I think it's minus
Because
10
I
command.
too have command for this ship.
God.
If you fail this, then we're going to go into the next warp encounter with a gremlin infested Geller field.
Goddamn.
Well,
Gremlin.
That
more
is a
like
fire.
an on fire.
No,
Geller
the
field,
fires-
because it's going to be
yeah.
on fire
Yeah,
no
the-
matter what.
Oh, yeah,
That's-
true.
That doesn't take a test.
Lighting it on fire is not the difficult part here. It's the
Putting it
stopping
out.
Before it gets
Immediately
damaged.
before it takes damage. Yes.
Right, the Geller field's on fire.
And
The crew are looking at you
has
like
to
you're
put it
crazy.
out.
It's the only way.
So, Yigmir,
Yes.
it's command test time.
Command test.
So you're rolling
You
at
get
a
+10
flat.
for me.
Yeah, you're rolling at a flat command because the +10 is gotten rid of by the -10 of the difficulty.
Hmm.
Come on,
Okay.
foul this up.
Don't fuck up.
Bait point.
Don't
Bait
fuck
point.
up.
I really don't know why you would ever spend a fate point
Okay.
before the roll because it's like +10.
Yeah.
I'd just like to point out that I roll against a 71 normally. I should never need to fate point a fellowship test.
Oh no, actually you didn't need to even do the -10.
Because
Oh.
I gave you a +10 from
Yeah.
assist.
Oh.
So you expertly set the ship on fire, then put the ship out again.
So it was actually 4 degrees of
Yes.
success.
I am so happy
it's a
that
pass
we're
fail.
soon. So,
Okay, next encounter.
hold up. We have another bit of the ship to set on fire.
No.
That's true.
Because
Actually no, because if it infests the Geller field.
Geller field.
Well, wait. If the Geller field is damaged, I think we
Okay.
managed to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it never
damaged.
got
It never got
damaged, so
damaged.
another place never got infected.
We just sent someone
we're
out.
good.
We're like, fix it. Fix it now.
Yeah.
No, we didn't send anyone outside the ship. We set the ship
Well,
on fire.
You know what I mean.
Okay.
Purge and cleanse.
Carrying
So
on
next.
to the next encounter.
Which is going to be the same thing.
Probably.
Calling it now. We're just going to have to set the Geller field on fire over and over again on this trip.
Oh god. Just.
This is the warp storm.
Which is
Oh.
going to which is going to cause the effect of it making it appear as if the Geller field is permanently on fire.
Nice. Nice. I like it.
So yeah,
68, not so great.
yeah. So you're going to hit the warp
Wait,
storm.
that's not counting the +20.
It's not +20 for this.
He has equipment specifically for this. Like
Oh.
he has the servo skull for assists and
Okay. Yep. Okay. So you survive.
like so that would be an exact pass.
Yeah. So we need the ordinary pilot spacecraft test.
Pilot spacecraft.
Yep.
Pilot spacecraft. Guy who actually does pilot spacecraft. Yeah, there you are. Good work.
Yes, you avoid the warp storm. Maybe the same one you thought was sensed beforehand. So, at this point, after 10 days in the warp, you're going to transition back into reality.
Ah! That's
It
good.
was only half as long.
Yep.
Good.
We can mark it a 20-day trip
Yeah.
for normal engines if we can chart it.
It would be a 20-day trip on normal engines. You're right. We should,
Well,
probably
assuming
should, yeah.
assuming something does go horribly wrong when we exit the warp.
Let's just vanish into.
Let's orbit around Zaith. Let's just do it.
And there's
We-
nothing saying we can't try and chart it again later.
We emerge from the warp we find ourselves facing a derelict ship.
And I was muted. Gray, are we slightly off course or seriously off course? Because that was a lot shorter than what we said it was going to be.
You're actually dead on course.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so now
just for the people
charting.
at home, we decided not to count the ship's stupid speed.
I thought we had 20 days of being in the warp. That's including.
That's what the navigator said. The navigator thought he rolled a 97, and therefore thought that it was a lot longer than it was going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
basically, the navigator forgot that the ship goes twice as fast.
So it was actually a 20-day jump, and you made it in 20 days.